So good afternoon. My name is Dr. Jim Lanny, and I am the CEO of Intellectus 360, which includes Intellectus Qualitative. And I want to kind of show you where we are with our qualitative tool, how AI has impacted that, and some of the important features such as the discussion chapter draft using a theoretical framework. So all that's kind of included. You can ask questions in the chat, in the Q&A, and we'll seek to get to those. If you have projects, you can share them. And inside the chat, you can see the link to that, okay? Okay, so without further ado, and I think we have Samantha and Ashley on the line, and for faculty and student support, respectively. So let's just get started here. So typically, back in the old days, I don't want to date myself too much, but we sat at the kitchen table for a year and did thematic coding of, they were psychotherapy transcripts. It took well over 160 hours, and there were 3 and 4 of us. Excuse me. So the amount of time to manually do stuff, I think, is, over. I mean, maybe you do that and you validate it with an AI tool, or you use an AI tool and you look for holes in it. But anecdotally, the AI tool is capturing themes and then some. So, the laborious tasks, when you can read 400 pages in 7 seconds, I mean, use that, and we have that. Methodologically speaking, we've incorporated different theoretical frameworks. So it's important that when you look at themes and codes and excerpts even, that you're looking at it through a particular lens. And we've included that into Intellectus Qualitative. Coding fatigue speaks for itself. Discussion gap. It's important that the discussion gap, well, discussions weren't really incorporated, or they were kind of done standby or by themselves. So discussion chapter draft is included in this. Okay. So here's some of the 160 hours plus. Excerpting takes time. Developing code names and descriptions, okay? Thematizing process also takes time, okay? Aligning your research question with those themes is also another process. Integrated reliability. How many people use it? Unfortunately, I think it's important, but what do I know? So the tool can generate CAPAs for your particular matching task of excerpts and themes, and then the discussion draft. That's underrated right there. 5 hours is no, more like 25 hours. Okay. So our tool kind of is streamlined in several ways, but generally speaking, you want to upload your transcripts. They can be audio, video, different file formats, text. You can paste in a transcript. The way that you organize that data entry, typical story is, some people want to put all of the transcripts in, but know that you can curate them before. For example, if you had students, faculty, and administrators, you may want to run 3 separate projects and then look to triangulate thereafter. So just because you have them all together or collect them all together doesn't mean you need to analyze them all together. We have both inductive and deductive process. I'll talk about the inductive, which is basically you're uploading your data. You have to have command. I mean, you save the time and some excerpting, but you have to have command over that data. Otherwise, you don't know if those themes and excerpts make sense. The inductive process is really a process um, uh, of excerpting, combining similar excerpts, developing a code name and description. You then have to evaluate those. The thematizing process is then discerning how many, what the optimal number of themes are for that number of codes, creating a theme name and description, and then bucketing those codes within that. And then you should evaluate the themes as you did for the codes. The research question theme alignment is really providing a rationale why that theme helps address that research question. Okay. And then you should download that. Okay. So Christina's basically saying what I've heard for the past 30 years, which is I'm speaking too quickly. So inductive. So let's just take it step by step. So one is just uploading the data. Two, could be 1.2 or 2.1. You should have a good command of the data. Inductive is excerpting using AI, excerpting, collapsing excerpts that are similar, developing a code name and description. 4 is evaluating that output. 5 is automatically thematizing, which is collapsing codes into themes. 6 is evaluating such themes. 7 is tying the themes to the research questions and then downloading it. But I really need to add another step about the discussion here. So, okay. You're welcome. Okay. Deductive is similar. The only difference there is that you're coming to the table with a priority codes, and the tool is then seeking to find excerpts that support that code. There's different methodological approaches going on. Here's a few of them. So Lincoln and Guba is one common theoretical framework. Ground and theory is common. Moustakis or phenomenological, also very, very common. So it's critical when we are creating that discussion draft to draft it from that lens. Okay, so here's where the discussion comes in. Once the analysis is completed, the methodological framework is specified, and then the discussion draft can be drafted at that point. Okay. All right. And then here's our time to log in. While you're doing that, we'll answer questions after that. And then here's some contact information. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the tool itself. And if you want, you could take a picture of that for email contact or quick consult with me, free consult. Okay. And let's get to the qual. So this is the tool itself. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So all of our tools are web-based, so there's no downloading or updating. You can create projects by clicking on Create Project. You can, once you click on New, you select a new project name, And then you want to put in your research questions here. You want to select one of the frameworks here. Purpose statement, theoretical framework. Okay. And, like Bandura, one of these kind of things, or the theory that you're working with. And then participant description, and then just create project. Okay. Let me refresh this in case someone has sent this stuff. I don't see anyone sent this stuff over. Is this
I believe we
this?
have one person that shared their project.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Can you raise your hand if you shared your project, please?
Pending transfer? No, it's last year.
All right. Armand, you can go ahead and unmute.
Hello,
Hi, good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Where am I finding you?
Um, well, I just shared a project,
Oh yeah.
and so the it's a DNP project.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I don't see it here. You shared it to James at intellectus360.com.
yes,
So when I hit refresh,
let me see. It says that it is shared and it is pending.
uh, yeah, I don't see it here. Because these are in
Um,
time order. Maybe just try it again. So
Let me
let's
wish.
talk about that. So to share projects, you want to go to the three dots, click share, then put in my email address or colleagues or faculties or students, and then put that in there and then invite. But if it says pending, um, I'll have Melissa look at that while we're waiting for
Uh,
that
let,
And
refreshing.
it might be easier to sort by project type because all your shared would be at the top.
let me see. Share
What
project.
is today? We're past 25.
Um,
All right. Well, that's getting sorted out. I want to just dig into a project for everyone else that's on the call. So here's a project that I worked with recently. And here I uploaded a number of transcripts. Okay. You can add transcripts here. Okay. And then the first thing I did here was I went to the AI tools and went to inductive coding. And at that point, it is developing codes. And here's one such code. So it comes up with a code name, a pretty rigorous code description, and then all the excerpts that are associated with it. And that's for your review for each one of these codes, and it has that icon. Okay. The You can also, okay, code manually. So under the add code, you can manually add a code name and description. Once you do that, let's just say accidental acquisition was there, you can then highlight a particular excerpt and then just add it by hitting the plus button, and that adds it to that code, adds that excerpt to that code. The next process that I accomplished here was under the AI tools. I went to automatic thematizing. When I clicked automatic thematizing, it's suggesting a number of themes. Once I endorsed those number of themes, I came up with a theme that captured these codes, a theme with that icon capturing those codes and so forth. The process would then be to drill into those AI themes under details, and then evaluate that theme name, theme description. And then those codes and those excerpts are, once those codes are tied to those descriptions and name, as are the the excerpts. Okay. Okay. As with the adding codes manually, you can add themes manually by typing in a theme name and description, clicking add, and then you can drag a code into that theme. Okay. So you can use the AI tools for coding and thematizing or the manual button itself. You can also add memos, which kind of get registered here under the memos tab. And here you can kind of see kind of some audit trail of what's been happening here with deleting codes, adding codes, and so forth. So under the insights document, this is kind of where things get pulled together. There's several processes that should happen here. The first thing I like to do is to go to the bar chart. And under the bar chart, this is drilled into by theme occurrence. So what's happening here is that these are the themes over on the left-hand y-axis. These are the interviewees on the right-hand axis, right hand. And then inside here is the number of excerpts that participants endorsed for that theme. So for this first theme, strategic suppression, there were JM contributed 3 excerpts. And what you can see here is that for this particular theme, it has wonderful representation both by the number of different interviewees and the number of examples or excerpts within each of those. So that's a wonderful theme there, okay? Here, sometimes, I mean, this is pretty heavy duty thematic analysis, but sometimes you'll have, you know, one person with one excerpt or something of that sort. So I use this to kind of evaluate which themes I want to maintain. So if I wanted to dump equitable, okay, equitable healthcare innovations, I would go back to transcripts and I would find equitable healthcare, okay. I may have passed it already. So I would here. So I would endorse that and then delete that, okay. So I want to manage kind of the themes that I'm moving forward with because that's going to impact everything downstream that we do. Okay. So Melissa, can you speak to Dritona's comment there? I think it's a good comment, question.
So it does pull in the theoretical framework. It uses it to find codes and excerpts if you enter that in prior to running the AI coding.
Perfect. Okay. So once we, so that's an important point. So just to make sure that that theoretical framework is both for the coding as well as for the discussion coming. The next thing I like to do is to tie the research question to the themes. So I do that by going to add document. Here's my one research question. This is my practice. I'm not sure it's the best. You can have AI select which themes go with that research question. I personally like to select all of them. Could probably use an all button here for that use case. I like to select all of them. And then after I kind of have my printout, a little old school, after I have that printout, then really figure out which themes uniquely go with that research question. which other themes uniquely go with a research question and so forth. So I want to get that question tied to all of the themes and look at all of those rationales. So that's one human kind of pass at it. I also then go down to the theme description. Like the rationale, I like to select that theme and have all of the excerpts there, and then let me pick, after I kind of see them, which excerpts best represent that theme. Just to say something about that, the excerpts should be so clear in representing that theme that if someone was to look at an excerpt and had a list of your themes, they would do a good job of bucketing that excerpt with that theme. So that's how good it should be married together. These are, as I say, kind of really kind of heavy duty interviews with heavy duty excerpts, um, detailed, I'll say. Sometimes the excerpts are not detailed. Um, so you have to really look at those. Okay. All right. And I know it could be a little bit laborious that you got to add some time somewhere. You get a little laborious because some people have 160 excerpts. But again, you need to look at those in the context of that theme. And the way to do that is to read through them. Laborious is relative. I'm looking at 30 or 160 excerpts, not 400 pages. And you have it kind of categorized. So that's doing that organizing process for you. After research question rationales, after theme descriptions, the discussion draft, this gives you an opportunity to put in to the tool what you may not have before, and then submit that. If you look at a discussion draft here, if I could do this. So, and the discussion draft will present both an introduction, a summary of the findings, given your, in this case, phenomenological, okay, uh, perspective. It then goes into, it's quite lengthy. So it will go into theoretical implications, practical implications, limitations, future research. And you'll note that there's different references, well, two notes, that there's different references in there. So it is tying it together with existing literature. That's the upshot. The downshot is that, hey, gosh, in AI, you have to validate everything. And not only DOIs and a whole hallucination. I think that AI is getting better and better and better, no doubt, but you still have to author that and you have to be responsible for that. So that's got to be, a key thing that you're doing. Again, I mean, I stated 5 hours, but it's more like 25 hours to really do a good job of integrating those findings with that literature in those areas that I just discussed or mentioned. Okay. And then there'll be a conclusion to this as well. Okay. So let me see if I'm going to check back with you and see what's happening here. Still don't see it. I'll do what Melissa said. Pending transfer. Those are pending transfers. That's not pending. Okay.
Well,
Let's,
excuse me. I delete the sharing and then try to reshare it, and
yeah.
it says that it does not recognize the email.
I try to keep my email secret.
Is it James at intellectus360.com?
Correct.
And well, I copied it from the from my email account, but it still says that the email is not valid. I don't know what is going on.
I've received emails.
You may have put an extra space in or something when you copied, so I would just
Right.
Let me
try
see.
Just
again.
retype it. James at intellectus360.com.
You intellect US intellect US. Yeah, that's what it is. And I oh okay. All right. Now it's gone again. It still stays pending.
Okay, great. I also see Caitlin uploaded my interviews for transcript. If you'd like to share my okay, fine. Okay, so and it does take a second. Um, so let's see if Caitlin's is coming through. I don't see them. I do not see them yet. That's the correct email address. Oh, that's from you, Melissa. Okay. All right. You have my email address correct. All right. And I would say the same thing okay. Someone else was trying to share as well. How about questions? We have lots of folks here. Questions that you have um, about the tool, about qualitative, thematizing, any and all questions. Bring it on. So you can put it into the chat, put it into the Q&A. Don't be shy. Melissa, they do know that I call on them, right?
Yes. And it looks
Okay.
like there's one in the Q&A.
Doing a systematic lit review. I'm nearing completion of my screening and full text. My video is coded on my induct. So yeah, so I do think that uh, consensus or elicit are probably the tools for that systematic review. So, I'm not shy about, getting you the right tools. So I think I would look at those first to get the articles bucketed. Then once you have those articles, then you can use our tool as a second step to do that thematizing process. So I think you want to do a two-step process when it comes to systematic lit reviews. I'm not an expert in those tools either, but the times I've played around with it, it does seem like those are purpose-built for systematic reviews. How do we use the output in journal articles to maintain ethics of using AI? Great question. So you have to be the author of it. To me, so you should cite what you use, Intellectus Qualitative. To me, this is information. Is it good information, bad information? It's information. It's only when the human curates that and edits that that the authorship comes through. So I think that that's really the distinction there. So I think transparency throughout. Anyone who says they're not using I think is not living in our world. I mean, it's somewhat up to 90% of students. Faculty, I would assume the same, slightly different purposes, but nevertheless. So, um, if a journal said absolutely no AI for any kind of organizing of anything, I think you're married to that journal, then you are, in a manual process. But I think cite the tool, cite what you did. And Melissa, we probably have some verbiage for how that we incorporated.
We do. We have the AI best practices, and then we have the IRB document, so I can share both of those.
Awesome. I think that will get you there. But it's an important question. Most most universities have very flimsy kind of guidance around this. I mean, they're kind of saying what I just said. I mean, there's a few people that are saying don't ever use it. They'll have their day in our world. But I think the transparency part is what you need to kind of dial in on. How long do we have access to let Melissa? Well, Melissa, do you want to take that question?
Yep, you'll have access until tomorrow.
Okay. And should folks want more access than just tomorrow, how would they do that?
So if you're faculty, reach out to Ashley, and then we'll put all the contact information and everything in the follow-up email when we send the recording. And we'll also put in links to that IRB document, to the AI best practices, everything you need to know.
Okay. So I'll just add to that, which is, so if you're faculty, we'll probably extend that trial. If you're a student, there'll be a link in there to purchase it. It's relatively inexpensive without getting too much into it. Melissa, what's a month of this thing?
$59 for academic.
$59. We're giving it away, folks. Okay. $59 you could have for another month. To start coding and drawing a theme, which part of the text should be employed, or should I upload all of the text from the article? Okay. So if you're confused, that means other people are confused. So you want to upload the entire transcript. Okay. So you want to, let's see if I can go here. What's happening here? There's a good reason I use Simon's. Okay. So, assuming that the decision was made to upload the entire transcript, you want to, this AC is the entire interview. So you want to upload all of the entire interviews. Okay. And then that excerpting or the inductive process is then searching across the entire corpus of interviews to find important excerpts. And then the AI is, again, combining those or bucketing those into a particular code. So that's what you want to do. You don't want to do it piece by piece. Does bring up the idea that some people say, well, I have some of the interview. Should I start the process? My recommendation is wait, okay, until all of the interviews are captured, because it's not so easy just to start appending other interviews. You have to rerun that process anyway. So I would say wait till you have everything. Okay, and then Ashley put that in there. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, let's see if we have anything here yet. Hey, what do you know? Caitlin's came through. Okay. Hi, Caitlin.
Uh, Caitlin, can you raise your hand, please? Oh, here, I got you.
Oh, locked out. Melissa, does she have to close it, or is it going to take a second here? I think try
Yeah,
closing
she has to close out of it, and then if you refresh.
if you wouldn't mind, Caitlin.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if that happens. Maybe it takes a second. Let's give it a refresh again. And if we run into a glitch, I apologize. Oops. Okay. Locked by another user. Did you close out of yours?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Maybe the gremlins are just taking a moment to get over here.
It might take a second, or if you happen to have two windows open, Caitlin,
Okay.
that could be it too.
Well, let me close out myself. Should I close out myself?
No, I think just wait a second and refresh.
Got it. Okay. All right. Shared. What do you know? Okay. So, Caitlin, where am I finding you, Caitlin?
Hi, I'm from near St. Louis. I go to St. Louis University and I'm a PhD student taking a qualitative research course right now.
Oh, right on. All right, so you have one interview.
Mhm.
So, looks like you've done well here. So, so you've done the coding process, and then you would go ahead and vet those code name descriptions and well, this is just one interview, right?
I have a transcript of a second interview. I didn't know how I can I upload my own
You,
transcript?
you can
Okay,
right here,
perfect.
right here. So upload and then upload that file.
Okay, so I
Um,
have two.
well, that's fine. Yeah, you're in a class. So, so okay, but the process would be the same. Um, so you've done well. You've created codes. Um, you've created themes. Okay. And then under the insights document, let's just see if you have any research questions. Perfect. So with that one research question, let's just go a little slower. Under the insights document, under the rationale. Again, I would endorse all of these. Submit. Okay, so here you have your research question and you have the first theme. And then this is a rationale, not the rationale, a rationale for why that theme goes with that research question. Ditto, why this theme goes with the research question, and so forth. Research question, theme, rationale. The next part would be to, under the theme description, okay, for each theme, as I said, you were speaker, well, you only have one speaker at the moment. For each theme, I would do this process. So I would do this process 4 times. I would check all of the excerpts. And what's going to be presented to you is the theme description of our first theme, contextual device use in daily life. This is the theme description. So the first one was the rationale. This is the theme description. And then the excerpts that you'd want to kind of sort through to say, hey, do they make sense? And really kind of get at that contextual device use in daily life.
So when I upload uh my second transcript, would I have to I use the AI tool to run the first set of codes and thematics. Would I then rerun that or will it take the already preset
No,
ones into consideration?
rerun it, dump everything.
Hmm.
As I say, wait until you get everything. Dump everything, just start fresh. It only takes a minute. So I would start fresh. I mean, that's the practice, but if I was doing it and I had other interviews going on, down the road, and I'm curious about what's coming up, I might run it for fun. But you want to have all your interviews in there. Then you want to, after the rationale and description, go to the discussion to kind of contextualize it. You've selected a qualitative framework, yippee skippy. Anything that you can say about purpose, theory, and participants would be great. And then just submit. And then that does take a minute. Okay. So you can leave and come back. Okay. And then and then once you have those, you'll have um, well, how many research questions did you have? One?
We have one. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
practice
yeah, that's fine.
study.
That's fine. You'll have one rationale, you'll have 3 theme descriptions, and you'll have one draft. Okay. And then you'll want to download that. Easy breezy.
can you show us how we would clear everything out to do
Yeah.
that second run?
So the quick, well, I won't do it right here, but you'll want to select these.
You can also just start a new project.
You
Ah,
can, okay. That's why she's on the call. Okay. No, that's a better way. Okay. Just start. You mean you
well,
don't want to click through 20 things? And no, start a new project. Better. You'll have
will
to read.
will my recording and transcript, can I move it from one project to the next?
You
No, don't
would,
make it complicated. She's got the right approach. Just start a new project, upload your 2 transcripts, upload your theory and your research question. Okay, and then just start fresh. I think that's the simplest way to do it.
Caitlin, I know you use the transcription. You can just click the 3 dots on the left side by the transcript and download the transcript and
Oh,
then
that's
just re-upload it.
sorry, I didn't get that question. Okay, so uh, I will demonstrate what Melissa just stated. So under the transcript, you should have it though, and you can just download it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I used your guys' feature to
Yeah.
transcribe from a recording.
Yep. You can just download it. It'll be a text file and then you just upload it to your new project. And then if you have another recording, upload that to the new project and it'll transcribe, then it'll all be in one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the questions. Oh, I have it here. I can open it. So here's the transcribed interview there. And then you have it on your desktop as a Word doc too. Good questions. Okay, anyone else share? Let's see here. Refresh. Okay, and I'm gonna get out of this thing, so I'm gonna leave project. Okay. Okay, it looks like are there any other questions I need to be addressing here? Does it support Hebrew? Yes, it does. It supports, Melissa, what is the number of languages? I know it even has dialects. I know it's 60 plus, but do you want to answer that question?
I have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head, actually.
Yeah. It's 60 or 160. It's quite a bit. Um, okay. Can it analyze surveys? Thank you, Armand. Okay. So I'm assuming so for surveys, you'll want to pivot to Intellectus statistics. And Melissa, can we give Armand a trial for a day to see if he likes it, and then he can upgrade if he wants.
Sure.
Under the Intellectus statistics, you can upload your file. You can manage, I gotta select the project. You can manage your data here, plot data here, do some analysis. Hey, wait a second. So let me show you some analyses. I just went to descriptives. And the cool thing here is that you get a little write-up, APA tables, a little write-up. I think I could do a t-test. I was looking at cycle time to launch a product by a traditional mode versus one that uses AI tools. And for all of these different tests, it builds in the assumptions of the tests, it runs it, and interprets it. Ditto for other assumptions. The results are giving you a sample of what that write-up could look like. Hey, guess what? There were differences between traditional and AI assisted in that there was a shorter runtime for AI assisted cycle time of a of a product based on that, also in APA. And it's pretty robust, and it does ANOVAs and regressions and chi-squares and things of that sort. You can just drill into those. It also has a discussion draft. And in that, I ran a few things in that discussion draft. Again, there's kind of an introduction, summary, interpretation of those findings relative to the other research, theoretical and practical implications, limitations, and recommendations. And all of that can be downloaded as well. So In is asking about reliability and multiple users. So as we just noted with Caitlin, I'll take the second question first. So multiple users can do this in a serial fashion. Hey, there's Armin. Can use this in a serial fashion. If you're coding at the same time, I would say hop on a Zoom call. You don't have to walk to the kitchen table together. That's what I would do there. Okay. So share it with everyone. And then you can share with multiple people. And then if two people are working on it simultaneously, just do a Zoom call, I would say. Your first question is the reliability piece. I typically haven't, I need a search feature up here. Reliability or kappa. Sorry.
Do you want to go to the qual tool?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. So in this particular project, I had two interviewees. I coded and thematized. I went to the insights, and then I went to the into the kappa analysis. So the key thing here is that you want to curate those excerpts. So once you have those excerpts, I would get rid of the other excerpts that you're not using. So for example, here's 22 excerpts. I'm not sure I need 22 excerpts to talk about gut health. So I would get it down to 3 to 5 solid excerpts. So once you have those pardon me. Once you have that code, so I would unassign excerpts that you're not using. So now we have a clean set of themes and we have a clean set of excerpts. At that point, you can go into the kappa analysis. Once you click on kappa analysis, we have 2 completed surveys. Okay. So you'll have surveys, you'll have people that are going to do the reliability, and basically you're going to put in their email addresses. They will get an email which has them do that matching task of here's an excerpt and here's all of the themes, which theme does it go with? The next one, look at the excerpt number 2, which theme does it go with? So once you have 2 folks doing that matching task, then integrated reliability will be assessed. And here's some kind of description about integrated reliability. And then for each theme, we'll talk about the reliability and the qualitative assignment to that. There's probably a video on this as well. You can get to those videos up here. And videos. And let me see here. Am I under, I need to go to the right tool. And Melissa, it does seem, I'm under the wrong thing. Intellectus Qualitative, all.
Yeah.
Thank you. So here, analyzing data. I thought I had a kappa.
It may need to be added to the new site.
Got it. Okay, so that's what's going on. But you'll see it here shortly. Give us a couple of days, and we'll get it on there. All right. Let me see in the remaining few minutes if we can help out. Ahmed, correct?
No, it doesn't look like the project is shared yet. That was just a
Oh,
test. Yeah.
oh, that was a test. Okay. Okay. Well, all right. Other questions we have. From the Tempa S, from the 15 articles that I have, including the systematic framework, perfect. Can I use any part of the text I want to code? So it seems like you're in the literature review, and I think the lit review tool would be a better, well, it seems like you're in a lit review process. I mean, is the task to thematize the articles that selected? Tempa, you want to hop on? And if somebody can also answer Minson's comment.
Uh, Hello.
Hi, is this Tempa?
Uh, can you all hear me? Yes, sir.
I can hear you. Where am I finding you, Tempa?
I'm a student of University of Texas at El Paso pursuing my PhD, and for now, like I have an assignment uh, with regard to the submission of my systematic literature review,
Okay.
and I'm very much grateful uh, to get this opportunity to attend this Zoom, and I make sure that I always attend whenever there's a Zoom session on Intellectus 360. So I really liked Intellectual 360. So it actually helps me. So my question is like I'm a little bit confused about because I have run through coverings and now I'm almost ready with my screening and full text review, upon which I am almost ready with the 15 articles that are included in my systematic literature review. Now after which now I'll have to go for qualitative analysis, that is to start my coding and to draw main themes. Now, like my question is,
Themes from articles, not from interviews.
sorry, sir.
So I'm just wondering if we're in the right tool. So you want to thematize the articles?
Yes, Professor, sir.
That's not a typical use case for me. Typically with a bunch of articles, I'd want to see, I think, well, because an article is going to have some lit review itself. An article is going to have a study of some sort. It's going to have some findings. I think what you want to do is to use the Intellectus lit review. My Intellectus. I think what you want to use is the Intellectus lit review, where you can upload articles, okay, and then generate a synthesis here. So I think that's what you want to do, which is what are the articles saying? It's not excerpting participants, okay, per se. It's identifying the syntheses among the articles and what concepts are coming out. So that's a theme of sorts, okay? But I think that's what you want to be doing.
Thank you, sir.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome. Yeah, the qualitative tool is really designed more for interviews or focus groups. The Intellectus Lit Review, I appreciate the question because it brought me to Intellectus Lit Review. And you can find all of these tools at intellectus360.com. Okay, and then you can select the tool here. Okay. And you can, for students, you can, grab them here. Okay. All right. In the last remaining few minutes, I think I want to, from current slide, I want to just put back up our contact information. You'll get a copy of the recording and so forth. But students contact Samantha, faculty contact Ashley for trials, for demos, and for courseware. We have courseware as well. And then Melissa for anything else. Let me see if I can get to the last. Okay, so this question, the missed purpose. So I'll just end with this last one with Jerry. So the purpose of integrated reliability is when you or research team are developing themes and codes based on a set of excerpts. So I'll take it the other way, which is I have found these excerpts. They seem to be going together. Okay. And I want to develop a theme name. The integrated reliability answers the question, can other independent raters also tie those excerpts to those themes? That's the purpose of it. So, as it turns out, we're all kind of, once we're, really in the soup of interviews of any sort, maybe we are seeing things that other people can't see. So you want to have things like, other people saying, can't sleep, can't think, don't enjoy things. Okay. That goes with the theme name depression. Okay. So you want other people to readily identify those things as well. So that's the purpose. And it makes for good science. Because if you had somebody else looking at all your transcripts, you say, well, would they come up with the same themes? That integrated reliability supports that kind of perspective. I hope that helps answer the question. Okay, so you'll get a recording. Feel free to reach out. Wish everyone a happy, safe weekend, and we'll see you at the next webinar. We have a DMP webinar, a quantitative webinar, and a methodology webinar forthcoming. So hope to see you all then, and I wish you a good rest of the day. All right, take care now. Bye-bye.